What's going on, everybody? It's EricRayweather back here helping you take your game to the next level. And if you want to take your game to the next level and win more online head-to-head games, go ahead and hit the subscribe button below. I drop the best Madden tips on YouTube. Make sure to hit the bell icon next to the subscribe button. That will notify you every time I drop a new video so that you don't miss anything. So today's video is going to be pretty quick, guys. Basically, what I'm going to show you is one of the best shotgun run plays in the game. Something I have honestly seen nobody run. I messed with this, briefly a few months back. This formation as a whole, I don't really love it, but this run play, it just gets a very good blocking. It opens up big holes, and I usually get pretty good yardage when I run this. Even some of the best players I would play against had a lot of trouble stopping this run. So I'm gonna just go to random play on defense now. I'm in the Ravens playbook. I'm not sure if this play is in multiple playbooks. I will check before I post the video, and if it's in other playbooks, I will put it in the description. But I am in the Ravens playbook right now in the flip trips Raven formation, and the play is called the wide trap. And it's very simple. All I do is I motion this far wide receiver over. I feel like it just gets better blocking when I do that, and right as he's about to set, I just snap the ball, and I just look to take it kind of off tackle right here, and it's really rare that it gets less than 5 yards a carry, and a lot of times it's breaking 10+ yard runs. The blocking was kind of bad right there, but I'm gonna run it just a good bit of times to show you that it's a pretty consistent run, and it's out of a passing formation, which is really good because that people aren't usually expecting the run when you're in shotgun. Some people do. This is goal line, so I'm not gonna run against goal line. Some people do run the ball a lot out of shotgun, but typically when you see a shotgun set, you're thinking pass first, so you're more worried about stopping the pass. And a lot of people will be in stuff like nickel blitz, blitzing off the left edge, which a run like this works really great against because you're running away from the blitz to the side where people are typically dropping defensive linemen into coverage. So for people that run a lot of nickel blitz, this is especially a really good run against those guys because you're running to where the defense is the weakest versus the run. So that's a big plus there. It works pretty good against the dollar defense that a lot of people like to run as well. It just opens up a hole right here typically. And you're gonna someone's gonna have to be a really good user to plug that gap, and even more times than not, when they try to plug the gap, they're kind of get suction blocked into somebody. And if you have good blocking wide receivers, which I definitely recommend, you're gonna have a tight end over here. You see where Gresham is, and you want at least 1 or 2 good blocking wide receivers, especially the inside wide receiver. And if you have that, you're gonna really be able to break a lot of extra yards because they're gonna hold the block. If you have smaller wide receivers like a Brandon Cooks type guy, they're going to get block shed a lot easier, and it's going to make this not as good of a run. But as you can see, the blocking just sets up really good on this run. I don't know why that is. I couldn't tell you, but I just know from running it, it was very rare that I got less than 5 yards of carry on it. As you can see, a lot of times if you hit the hole quick enough, you're off to the races for a touchdown. It's just one of those runs in the game. There's just those few runs in the game for some reason that are they just seem a little more overpowered than the rest. That guy came through unblocked. I think that was a defensive lineman. Somebody didn't block him. But there's just those few runs in the game for some reason that they seem to just set up blocking a lot better than the average run. And this is one of them, as you can see. I mean, there's been a few times where I've only gotten 3 or 4 yards, maybe a couple times, but majority of the time you're seeing me get 5 to 10 pretty consistently with it. And I don't even think the Cardinals' offensive line is that great of a run blocking line. Imagine if you were doing this with the Cowboys or something, or the Raiders, who have much better, offensive lines. But as you can see, 5, 6, 7 yards is pretty consistent with this run. So, if you use the Ravens playbook, which is a pretty good playbook, I'd recommend definitely using this. If you use a custom playbook, definitely put this in there. This is one of those runs you can mix in, especially towards the end of the game, to just kind of milk down the clock and really make it frustrating for your opponent to stop you. I mean, you can just see the gaping holes that typically open up with this run. Don't know why it is, but the blocking just sets up really good. So definitely consider using this. If you're still playing Madden, you're still playing online, consider putting this in your custom playbook or using the Ravens playbook because it's actually a pretty good playbook. Now, as always, you know the drill. If you enjoyed the video, just like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.